So my name's Chris Greco. How did I get here? I got here because I wanted to be a police officer, I guess many years ago now. And so I came to Nipissing because Nipissing looked to me to be where I wanted to study, and it was. I guess around my third or fourth year, I watched Heat with Al Pacino, and I said I didn't want to just be any cop. I wanted to be Al Pacino in Heat. And there's a scene in Heat where I guess the bad guys are looking over, Al Pacino's resume because he's going to come after them, and they're like, "Oh, he did this, he went to grad school," and then I said, "Well, I got to go to grad school." So I went to grad school, and I got old, and I said, I don't know how much running around I want to do, and so I stayed there. I did a postdoc at Montreal, and then I came back, and now I'm here. So when students choose criminal justice at Nipissing, well, I guess they're not just choosing criminal justice because there are 4 primary streams you can choose from: policing, corrections, which are more applied streams, and those are linked to a partnership we have with Canadore College. So you would do 3 years at Nipissing, and in your 4th year you would go on to Canadore to either enter their policing stream or their correction stream, and you would graduate with both a degree and a diploma. Our criminology stream is more designed for individuals or students who'd like to go on to grad school or law school. It's more academic, and you take courses like advanced criminological theories to make sure that you have that background. Our final stream, criminal justice, is our more general stream, allows for more flexibility. But the focus of our school, which is different from some other schools, is that we are a school of criminal justice as opposed to a school of criminology. That's emphasizing the applied nature of what we do here. But again, we offer a program, a stream that's going to allow you to go on to do grad school or law school without an issue. In your first year in the program, you will be taking courses like Introduction to the Criminal Justice System, Introduction to Criminological Theory. Also, we have courses that are part of the breadth requirements, which include Introduction to Sociology and Introduction to Psychology 1 and 2. That's going to give students the opportunity, again, to take upper-level courses within those disciplines and allow you to tweak your program or to tweak your degree in ways that are more in line with your interests. There are a number of different reasons Nipissing is a school to study. I will give you one, which is more in line with the academic reason. We are an applied school. We, again, are a school of criminal justice, not a school of criminology, and our focus is on helping individuals who want to practice, so go into the applied world. That doesn't say, or we're not saying, or I'm not saying, that you will not be able to take this degree and go on again to grad school or law school. If you take the criminal justice stream or the criminology stream, you will be able to do that. The criminology stream is the one you would want to take in that case. But our focus is still very much applied. And because of that, a lot of the research we do is focused on applied work. And so coming into this school, a small undergraduate teaching-focused school where your faculty members do engage in research as well, gives undergrads opportunities that they would or they might not have at other schools, larger institutions. And so what do I mean by that? First, the individuals who are in class, who are grading your papers, who are reviewing your work, the persons who you're interacting with are the individuals, are faculty members who go out in the field and do research. So that's one solid benefit. Another advantage is that, and I should be clear here, this is rare, but it does happen, that we do have undergraduate students take part in some of our major research projects. So through the research arm of our school, the Institute for Applied Social Research, we have had undergraduate students do or engage in and help us write reports that you would not be able to do at larger institutions. Typically, it would be the work reserved for graduate students, usually PhD students. So by giving our students the opportunity to be involved in those projects, and again, to interact directly with us, there's not usually an intermediate, right? So you get, again, to talk right with your professor, the person who is grading, the person in front of the room, the person who does research in the field. Those would be the reasons I would choose Nipissing. But again, it's an answer that will vary depending on what your interests are and where you want to go. There are a lot of good things about being a professor. I like the change in doing research and interacting with students and teaching. So just everything being new all the time and shifting, that's a positive. But I guess the one thing I like the most, which is tied to that, is the ability to work with young people who are very interested and who want to go on and do great things. And that might sound a bit tacky, but I was reminded just how much that view, though, is shared by other people in the field. And no matter what university you go to, I'm sure that the professors there will feel the same. The idea of being able to help someone, and by help, it's not do the work, but provide guidance, suggestions, support to go on and do the things they want to do is very rewarding. And so when you see a student go on to grad school or become a police officer, if that was their dream, that's really exciting, and it's probably a bit addictive as well. So that's, I think, the best part, when you can help out individuals, get to where they want to go. I think that's the most enjoyable, the most rewarding part of being a professor. The way I help students achieve their goals depends upon the student and what those goals are. Most of the time, that is going to be pointing them towards other resources, or suggesting things that they could explore or look at. And really, my aim is not to provide or present a solution to a question they may have or some type of hurdle in obtaining their goal, but it's to provide them with options. The benefits or the costs of some of those options, the advantages of some of those options, and to let them decide what's best for them. So as I've mentioned, the School of Criminal Justice is very applied, and our focus is on hands-on learning. We do have placements at the school. We also, as I was mentioning before, engage in very applied research that allows our students to take part in activities, research initiatives that they would not necessarily have at other schools as well. Part of that is, as I mentioned before, the size of our program, right? Again, you're dealing with professors who are doing research in the field, and those are the same ones before you in the classroom. But also, being in Northern Ontario offers us an experience that is quite unique, in the sense that we have close ties with local law enforcement organizations, as well as with our provincial colleagues. And those closer ties in that smaller group allows even undergrad students, if they're doing an undergraduate thesis, for example, to do projects or interact with organizations as well, that are maybe on the periphery of the criminal justice system. So organizations that support children who are in crisis, for example, or persons who are experiencing homelessness, things of that nature. We can develop those partnerships and have those partnerships that can support students in their learning, and again, where they want to take their studies, what their focuses are, what their interests are. We also have that partnership with Canadore College, where in their fourth year, students who are in the policing or corrections stream would go to the college to get a more hands-on focus with regard to what it is they're studying, again, policing or corrections. And the college does offer a level of hands-on work, if you want, or applied work, that while we do push that here at the university within our School of Criminal Justice, it's different there by design. But again, when you're there, you're still connected to us, and moving forward, you're connected to us as well, and we provide support throughout. Favorite course to teach is Advanced Criminological Theory. The reason it's my favorite course to teach, I allow students to basically take that course where they wanted, with regard to argumentation. So you get to pick up a book that's approved by the instructor, so I guess approved by me, but it's a text that's focused on some type of criminological approach or argumentation, and your argument is to find problems with it or ways to make it better. I found it to be a course that students sometimes find difficult, but the end result is one that's rewarding, and it gives that, again, strong theoretical basis for you to go on and develop more advanced, interesting arguments. Graduates from our program have gone on to work within the criminal justice system. So, the basic ones you're probably thinking of: policing, corrections, and at corrections, federal and provincial, and policing, municipal, provincial, and federal as well. Also, our students have gone on to grad school. We've had many go on to law school. And there are those who go or take a less traditional path. If you're seeing traditional, again, as being directly aligned with the criminal justice system. So individuals who work with children, who've gone on to focus on education or educating others, individuals who've gone on to provide social supports more broadly. So as we said before, working with individuals who are experiencing homelessness. So the program offers skills that are certainly transferable, allows you to have that solid base for those who want to go on to work within the criminal justice system or to study related topics, law, or do a master's within a variety of fields. But also if you decide that, hey, at the end, this is not exactly what I want to do or the field I want to work in, you do have that strong basis to, I was about to say parachute, but it wouldn't be parachute, to shoot out towards something that is more interesting for you at that later time. But again, you will be provided with a solid base to go on and do what it is that you find interesting. And again, part of that focus I was talking before about having a program that allows you to tweak it towards your specialties. That's why I think you're able to, or our students are able to pivot or adjust as they move forward. You can say, I'm interested in this piece or this piece of the criminal justice system, but I'm also interested in child education, for example. Well, we can merge those two things within the work you do within the undergraduate program so that you come out being able to, again, tap into different interests as you move forward. My favorite place on campus is the theater, but I only like the theater when no one's there, because what I do is if you go to the theater when no one's around, usually the lights are off, so I don't even turn on all the lights. What I do is I just turn on the back light, and then I go in the back left corner when you go up on the stage, there's a piano, and it's not tuned. But when no one's around, you can open that up, and then I was about to say I slam on the keys, but it sounds really, really nice, and I don't slam in case anyone, administration is watching this. I play the most beautiful music, and that's my favorite place on campus. My favorite spot in North Bay is Green Narnia. I'm not telling you where that is.